Great.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Have you noticed how huge I am?
Dude.
Like, I'm massive, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me this massive?
I don't think I ever have seen you this massive.
See this one?
Yeah.
See, like, can you see what I'm working with there?
You're now just like 85% tendons.
Just all tendon. Tendon and
tendons.
willpower. That's what I'm working with. Yeah. Skin and willpower. Do you think that'll be enough? Is that enough?
Well, we will definitely find out, I think, right?
But yeah.
So, is your mindset that you needed a reset?
Oh yes. Oh my God, did I ever need a reset? Yeah, it's great too. And you know, coming to these events and not competing, it's probably the most motivational thing you can do. Like, I went to the Challenger Series, I went to Canadian Nationals, and now I'm here and I'm not competing, and
It feels weird, right?
it's really weird.
Yeah.
I like it. Like, I like to go to events. I'm a fan of arm wrestling. It's a completely different experience.
Yeah.
You know, like, I actually watch the matches.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I've watched so many arm wrestling matches, but when you get like really serious about competition, I don't watch the matches so much.
You don't care that much.
I can't really do it. Like, so I'm in the back, I'm hiding out, and now I go, I watch meticulously. So much for that, it's way better. And then I go home and I'm like, I'm a commentator. And it's like the evolution of the arm wrestler. You know, you get into arm wrestling, you go as far as you can, and then you either become a ref or a YouTube guy or a commentator. And is there any digging out of this hole, Ray? Can we get out of this hole?
I stopped with all the reffing. I'm trying to stay away from that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
as
a dark. Because once you're a ref, everybody's like, yeah, Ray, yo, you do a good job. You ref this event for me.
Yeah, I'm like, who this new phone? So I ignore that. But,
Please text me.
Yeah.
Please text me.
but it is like, for me too, it's very different. Now I'm used to it, but at the start, like, because you're like, I'm itching all the time. I see the matches, you want to get on table. You're like, I could also do that, right? You know.
Yeah.
But it's also cool when you can just watch the match, and like if you're doing commentary, you see it from different perspective than anyone else.
Absolutely.
Right?
You need to see
And
everything.
you are in the match.
You are so in the match.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. I was like, you know, when I was working the last event there for East versus West, Challenger Series, I was like, I can't screw this up. Like I can't really look away, you know. I have to know everything that happened in this match.
Listen, I don't know what you did. Like, did you beat up Derek Smith? We could barely hear him. Yeah. Or he was scared from pulling Travis. What was going on? I texted him. I'm like, dude, I can't hear you at all. All I hear is Devon. And then you're like, what do you think, Derek? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Yeah.
You mean Travis? You were hearing Travis.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm now.
No.
Travis and Derek. I think Travis was beating him up before
Travis
the match,
was
right?
beating up. He was like in proximity next to him for like 3 hours, beating him up psychologically.
Yeah.
By the time they got on the table, you know, Derek was like done. He was already finished. Yeah. I tell you, Travis coming back, super cool, man. So cool that Travis is coming back.
The man is needed for the sport, right? We need someone like Travis Bagent, because Travis is very special. Great arm wrestler, even bigger personality, and if he shows...
And let's face it, seriously, USA needs some help. Really.
Of course.
Like, really, USA. Like, and
Yeah.
Travis is the perfect guy for that.
Yeah. Well, so you just saw Sergey. He looks good. He looks confident. He studied him, like he said. In my opinion, Travis is very hard to fight Travis when you never fought him, but I think Sergey is the favorite because of how active and strong.
Okay. This is very interesting to me because it's a great match. So, okay, let's talk first round. Round one. Because I don't think Travis is losing round one.
Yeah, I think if Travis has most chances, round 1, 2.
I think the only way...
Until Sergey, he kind of, do I keep my wrist or I say F it and just, Because if you're trying to keep your wrist from the start, that's what you're trying to do in most matches, you might hold on a little too quick, and Travis wants you to hold on, right?
I believe it will be 3-0 Travis Bagent.
Ooh.
I do.
Yeah?
I do. I think it's going to be 3-0, and I think he's going to make it look pretty easy. That's what I honestly think. Like, I love Sergey. And I think if the match stops, Travis is in big trouble. But I just don't think
that kind of result, is it good or bad for Arms?
it's great.
It's great because then
It's
we
great.
have Travis back, right?
Travis is back. Look at Travis. Travis was not just a guy in the mix.
No.
Travis was the best.
The guy. Yeah.
He's right at the very top of the sport. He goes away. When Travis is in the sport, he's a champion. There's no halfway, really. I mean, sometimes he shows up and it's, but I get a sense that Travis is doing this to win. I don't think he's here for the money. I don't. I think.
I heard they pay him nothing.
That's right. They probably paid him nothing.
Wasn't Travis known for being pro bono guy? He's like pro bono.
That's what I think of when I think of Travis. I think of pro bono. Yeah. Good match.
Good match.
Really good match. It's good he's back.
Listen, I have to talk about you a little bit. You did a fast, so you fasted for 5 days.
Yeah.
Lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Definitely a reset for the body, for the mind, and everything else. And you said on a podcast, you said you're gonna show something that has never been seen. What haven't we seen? Can you give me direction? At least you don't have to tell me.
It's neat for me, like, you arm wrestle for over 30 years now. Over 30 years competitively. Okay, I started arm wrestling competitive. My first tournament was 18, and I'm 49. And I arm wrestled before that. And you think you pretty much got it figured out. And I don't think you ever have it figured out. I really don't. I think you could probably do something even as simple as arm wrestling for 100 years, and you'd probably still be learning. Yeah. So long as you stay motivated and stay in love, then you will always keep circling the problem and circling the problem. I took a big hit. Like losing to Levan was a full life investment to get to that point. And when I went home, I was like, I just need to look away for a little bit. And I did that. And it's always reassuring to me because I just keep on coming back to it. I wanted to go to practice. I wanted to train. And in the process of diversifying, because when I came back, I purposefully looked elsewhere. I went to the gym with my daughter. I hung out with my kids way more. I played basketball. And from doing these other activities, I got some new ideas that have pulled in. There is some new stuff that I'm doing in training. And there's only 2 people that know about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it, so is the super heavyweight run over?
It's over for now. We'll see how it goes. I think that when I look at the sport, the super heavyweight class, super established. It's super established. I think that you can even talk to some casuals who will be able to name a handful of super heavyweight arm wrestlers, like really, really casual guys. They're gonna know who, they're gonna know me, they're gonna know Levan, they're gonna know Dennis, they're gonna know Hermes, they might know Vitaly. There's a handful of arm wrestlers now that's commonly known across
breaking out,
the fitness community at large. Okay, now I feel like we're in a spot now that the super heavyweight division is cool enough that we can make the weight categories really cool. And I think that me wanting a break from all that, I think that I'm going to be happy to get down there and mix it up because, as I've started to wrap my head around the problem, I'm starting to realize that it might not be easier actually to really kick ass in those categories. I think they're super competitive. I think that the 115 and the 105, especially right now, I think that 105 kilogram class, I mean, we had 2 guys here just a couple minutes, they could both make 105. They both could. Like even Sergey, right?
Yeah, Sergey, harder for him, but Prudnik, no problem.
No problem.
Prudnik could make 95 if he wanted to, 100, right?
Yeah. All these guys, like, even right from Reno to young Saginashvili, Bacho, like you got all these guys coming up, and you got like this deep class.
So you also want a new challenge in literally new body, right?
Yeah. I like to see if I can do it at a really, really healthy weight for me. You know, and a really healthy weight for me is kind of what you see me right now, probably.
And it is what? How much?
Well, I think right now I'm probably between 240 and 245, depending on when you catch me in the day. But I'm not even stepping on a scale. I'm eating whatever I want, and yeah, I'm super healthy right now, and I'm only gonna get stronger. I feel like I bottomed out probably a few weeks ago, and I've been on the climb ever
I saw
since.
some videos, yeah.
There's been a lot of videos. There's been a lot of videos out there. But yeah, no, I'm starting to feel much healthier.
How, not going into too big details, but definitely the last match you had with Levan, you said you try to be our spear. I still think you're always going to be our spear. How was it mentally? Physically, you were fine, right? But mentally?
Honestly, the mental changes that have happened to me over the last couple months have been the biggest, probably in quite a long time. Like, I'd say transformative. Me being able to let go of that goal was massively transformative. Like, and what I'm saying by the goal is, my goal has always been, like, for the last 30 years, was to be the very best arm wrestler that I could ever be. That was my goal. And I just got more and more and more invested the older I got, to a point where we can call it like kind of a really all-in moment, where I kind of realized what the next thing I needed to do is I needed to stop that. And what I needed to do was have arm wrestling fit in my life in a slightly different capacity. Now what I want to do is I want to be as healthy as I possibly can be and still be as good as I can be, but not necessarily focusing just on my absolute top performance. Now I want to be able to just be super healthy and compete at the top level that I can. And it really let me kind of weed my garden, spend time with my kids, go for walks with my dog at night.
See if you can make a basketball
Play
with this range of
basketball,
motion.
right. It let me kind of diversify a little bit, which I really needed. Look, I love waking up and training all day for arm wrestling. I really do. It's an incredible challenge, and it's one that's kind of taught me so many things in my life. But man, that was going to kill me. really, I don't think. Ooh, man.
I'm just thinking how long it will take for you to get the spark back and try to, because eventually, like,
there's one thing that's going to do it. There's one thing. There's one thing that'll do it. And it's probably too early because Engen's sick right now, and we all love Engen so much. Yeah. And I don't want to give Engen.
But if something gets legalized, right? That's what you. Okay.
If something in this sport changes, anything
Devon
is possible.
Is a huge help. Great friend. We know Engen's suffering some health problems. He's doing much better from the surgery of his appendix, and now he's doing much better. But he needed help, and you are here just for that, to help. You're going to be doing a lot of interviews, a lot of stuff behind the scenes as well on the scene. East versus West 13. What are some of the biggest matches for you? Like, what is your personal interest? Dadikian and Petrenko, right?
Yeah, wow. Big match, right? That's world title 105.
105,
right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I think it is maybe the most tightly contested category for me that I see. I feel like the super heavyweight Levan has got a lot of separation. There's a lot of struggle in the pack, but I don't see like a clear dominant force in the 105. I see obviously Dadikian's on top. I think Prudnik is absolutely capable of beating him. I think that Irakli had a really bad day last time he did it. I don't think he's out of the discussion. I think there's guys like, the guys that I'm really curious about, guys like Bacho, guys like young Reno Masick. You know, I think Reno could probably still make 105, maybe.
He needs some discipline.
Yeah,
get some discipline, boy.
I think that, and then the return of Michael Todd. Michael Todd can make 105.
Yeah, I don't like Michael Todd
At 105?
No,
It's a bit too light?
I think 115.
For 115 is perfect for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are guys who can't. Anyways, look at, this is a range, whether it's 105, guys agree to meet at 110, 115. There's a lot of people in
Ibrahim Sagov just beat Sanders, right? Last event. So
that guy is such a freak.
That was at 105.
What a monster.
He's pulling chance in this time.
Yeah. So that's a big match. I like that Travis is coming back.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I like that there's 3 women's matches.
Yeah.
I love that.
At the highest level.
Yeah.
World champion versus world champion.
I'm so happy
as
that
far as
that's
you can
starting
go.
to happen. Like that's a really nice step forward.
Yeah.
Obviously, the main event, Vitaly Letin versus Artem Morzov. These guys are right in line for the very, very big crown. Vitaly with his new job position, right? He's got more time. He's gonna be even stronger, and he just broke the world record for grip. And Artem Morzov looks like he's returning to that shape where he was before he got that stomach issue.
Yeah.
And he was in line, like I remember everybody was like, "Oh, is this guy gonna be the guy who beats Levan?" Like, right?
Yeah.
And then he got sick.
And he got sick. Yeah.
Right? So that's a big one. But I mean, it's the whole match. And I don't like to say it because I think that David Samusha's run has been so cool.
Yeah.
But he's got a tough one.
This is a tough one. Like, for me, this is the first time where I'm thinking about, I'm like, I want you to win.
Right, me too.
Just for the run.
Right.
Just for the run, right?
If he wins this one, oh my God.
There's a Hall of Fame for that guy, right?
Jeez. Because he's had war. It's been war. They haven't been easy.
No.
Like he's
very few of them have been easy. But he's like a guy. He switches another gear.
Yeah.
Or he goes back, right? He's gonna give you rope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to it. The problem with him is he's definitely 100% introvert. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to show anything. But like, from all the conversations I had with him, he's like, I want to give the best match possible for the people.
Yeah.
And people still don't get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will see him pulling and he kind of goes through the guy and then it turns into a match.
Yeah.
That was him giving you guys a match.
Yeah.
Testing himself out.
Right. But he does a very good job of it.
Yeah. And
he does.
He's insanely good.
Yeah.
Insanely good.
What is it with Georgia, man? Seriously. I'm telling you, like I want to buy a house in Georgia. And just, let my kids get married there, and I don't know, like 3 million people.
Yeah.
And there's Levan, there's Gennady.
Big pride for the strength sports, right? Always been there. The weightlifting and even strongman, and so arm wrestling is kind of one of those things, and they do it very, very well.
Yeah.
Good traditions, right? Every time I see their team, it doesn't matter who the guy is. If you don't know his name, it doesn't matter. Dangerous. If he's in your class, he might beat you, right? May destroy you. You don't know, because that's how good they are there.
Yeah.
So very, very impressive, and every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this card. More I see the matches, more I like the matches.
Yeah.
From the female matches, which are one of your favorites, we have Takenaka versus Karo. Then we have Dimitrina versus, Karo versus Olga.
Yeah.
We have Takenaka versus Dimitrina, and we have Egli versus Barbora. And that's for the #1 female arm wrestler on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good matches, all very, very exciting. I think that Egli is gonna come back with a vengeance. That's what I think.
After what Gabi did to her?
I think that she is gonna. I mean, I remember I feel like the last 15 years. I mean, Egli just killed everybody, got bored, and then left.
Yeah.
And now that there's East versus West, she's decided to come back. She took a couple of matches to get warmed up. I wouldn't want to arm wrestle her right now if I was in that division. I don't know. Obviously, this is the world title. It's what it should be. But yeah, pretty awesome. And I feel like the Swedish arm wrestling team is just. I mean, I think that they're the coolest bunch of women in arm wrestling. Isn't that right, Mal? Hey, shout out to Swedish arm wrestling. Like, they bring the spirit, like, in a major way, and Caroline I feel like she's, like, I feel like she's gotten a lot better, like the last year. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she's always been
Did
good.
you see her matches in Europeans, the final matches?
She's top rolling everybody.
But did you see the final matches?
Um,
I'll show you, and you'll be like, oh my
Because
god, insane.
like the thing that really made me notice Carolina, I'm saying her name right? It's Carolina, right?
Carolina.
Okay. Was her matches with Vicky. Like they'd have like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
What was that? Like every time they arm wrestled, I was like, this is crazy. But
Last year she pulled Ilyushina in Hardanger for an hour.
yeah,
super
what,
match.
what is that? Like, what is that?
We're like, we're gonna take a quick break here. You guys don't move, and they don't move. So
Yeah, and this will be the first Japanese competitor, period, right? This is the
Yes,
first
yes,
Japanese
yes.
arm wrestler.
which is awesome.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
great.
And she's world champion. Last year, world champion. Absolutely impressive.
Yeah,
absolutely
super impressive.
Great to see. We have, I think, 4 Bulgarians pulling on this card.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome. Don't miss it.
Yeah,
Right?
very good, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you follow that cycle, you know, you go out and fight, you know, you go back home and lick your wounds and you go back and do it again.
And you become a commentator.
East versus West 13, I like to think of this as the unlucky card.
Unlucky card.
The unlucky card, yeah.
Devil's dozen.
Yeah, unlucky card, yeah, we'll
It's,
see.
it's going to be unlucky for 15 competitors, but 15 going to be very lucky.
I can't wait. Check it out on Saturday, guys. Get the pay-per-view and
Stay strong.
love arm wrestling.